Thank you for joining the Two Comma Club. Today, we're here with Miss Tiara Broady. My name is Jamie Bryant. I am the founder of the Two Comma Club and all things that it encompasses. So I'm excited to learn more about serene beauty and wellness and Tiara. And I'm just going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
All right. Hello, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Tiara Broady, and I am the owner and founder of Serene Beauty and Wellness. I am excited to be here. So, thank you so much, Jamie, for allowing me to come and be a part of the Two Comma Club today.
Yes, ma'am. We gladly welcome you. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a nurse practitioner, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes.
right. Tell us a little bit about, what made you decide to become a nurse practitioner?
Well, so originally, um, I did not want to go back to school to become a nurse practitioner.
Mhm.
I had a lot of people that I work with, a lot of my coworkers who encouraged me to go back. Different physicians and nurse practitioners that I worked with previously when I was a registered nurse, who I had worked with over the last couple of years, who had encouraged me to go back. And then I also had a one of my mentors who was my supervisor at the time, who also encouraged me to go back. So I decided, I had these people that were constantly backing me and telling me that they thought I would be great at being a nurse practitioner, and
Mhm.
they thought it would be a great move for me. So I went ahead and decided to go back, and I'm actually happy that I did. It's been life changing for me. So it was like the best decision I could have made.
That's awesome. And so, did you always know that you wanted to be a nurse? Like when you were little, did you think to yourself, like, oh, I can't wait till I get older. I want to be a nurse. This is a dream of mine.
So originally, I actually wanted to be a pediatrician.
Hmm.
I can remember as early as kindergarten that my mom dressed me up for Halloween as a doctor. She had got me a little scrub jacket. So when I was young, I always wanted to do something in the healthcare, and pediatrician was the one thing I wanted to do.
Hmm.
So of course with school they had always had some type of different prep services for career choice, and I was in different programs for that. Originally I was in different programs that was kind of preparing me for going to school for a doctor, and then eventually I had decided that it wasn't really what I want to do anymore, and I
Hmm.
start connecting with some of the nurses. Like, so I was doing a lot of shadowing at that time, and I connected with some of the nurses that I was meeting during that time. I was shadowing these doctors, and it was then that I realized that I think my calling was more so to be a nurse than a doctor.
Hmm.
I love the fact that the nurses were the ones who had the bedside manners. They were the one that were actually, to me, and I'm not downplaying physicians because they do a lot in the healthcare field. But I kind of felt like it was the nurses who were most of the heroes. We were firsthand when a cold start, we are the ones who's running that code until those doctors can get there. So
Hmm.
I felt like for me, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a part of that movement when it came to being a nurse. So I eventually transitioned when I got into high school. I decided nursing was what I wanted to do. And after doing my clinicals, I realized I didn't want to do peds. That was
Hmm.
because at first, again, I was still, I'm going to do peds, I'm going to work with kids. It was too, that situation was very, very stressful, and it was sad for me. Like, I used to cry during clinical with getting reports. So I knew that was not for me, but I knew nursing was. So that's what I decided to do. And the best thing I could have done.
Yeah, it's interesting, Tiara, that you mentioned that too, because what a lot of people don't know about me is when I first decided I was going to be a nurse, my dream was to be a pediatric nurse practitioner.
Mhm.
And, I lived in a state where we nurse practitioners had independent practice. So, they can open up their own clinics. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to open my own pediatric clinic. I love kids. I had all these big dreams and aspirations. But when I worked in the PDER, that's when I realized I'm not cut out for this because, the trauma that you experience when you are exposed to that every day really just weighs heavily on you, and you have to have a certain type of thick skin to deal
Yeah.
with that. So I commend all the peds nurses, nurse practitioners, physicians, PAs, everybody out there. But similar to you, I thought I was going to be on that journey, but my heart just
Yeah.
broke every day. So
Yeah.
it took a toll on me. But that's amazing. So now you transition from wanting to be a pediatric physician to nurse practitioner into entrepreneur because now you own your own business.
Yes.
Or CEO, I should say, you run your own business. You don't just own it, you actually run it. So talk to me a little bit about when did you decide that you wanted to wear that CEO hat?
Well, I feel like a lot of other nursepreneurs at this time, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I did not have a lot of people in my family who were entrepreneurs. My mom, she really pushed career, going to college. You want to make sure you have a great career that pays well and great
Mm-hmm.
benefit package and all of that good stuff. So that's ultimately what I chased. I wanted to get the education, the college, and and I pretty much never thought that entrepreneurship would ever be anything that I'd be interested in. I mean, I was that person that I was literally okay with working a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 was okay for me as long as I had great pay, great benefit package. I was fine. That didn't bother me. And it wasn't until the pandemic that I realized that I can really do and service people and do what I love on my own. And I didn't need the backing of a company to do that. And when around that time, what actually originally happened was my husband kind of planted the seed because he has that entrepreneur spirit. He does not want to work for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And he had actually planted the seed where it was one day we were talking and he was like, we should go get a IV drip. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What is an IV drip? And he had been on TikTok because this is when TikTok was big. I had first started and got big. And so he was like, just to get some more energies where you get the IV fluids with the bag and the vitamins. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what that is. So I actually got on TikTok. And then from there, you can get on TikTok and it's like you get in a rabbit hole.
Right.
And I literally went from seeing these IV lounges and clinics to now I see nurses starting their own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, nurses from doing med spas to IV drip clinics to concierge services. I mean, it was just a lot. And at that point, it had literally planted the seed. And I was like, wow, these nurses is doing that. Okay. So now it's already planted that I'm interested, and then my daughter had ended up getting COVID a few months later, and then I had it, and it was the constant from my job asking when I'm coming back, when I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sick child at home, and you worried about when I'm coming back, and I'm sick, and it's
Right.
the holidays, and we can't leave this room, and you ask me when I'm coming back. So that was when I was like, you know what, something else got to give, and I ended up in Facebook groups, and I started connecting with other nursepreneurs, and from there is where I hit the ground running, and that is when the seed got planted, and I started my own journey on becoming an entrepreneur.
That's awesome. And one of the things I love most about what you just said is that your husband really started to plant the seed,
Mhm.
right? So tell us a little bit about how much of a support system that he's been for you and how much that means for you in this journey to entrepreneurship.
Oh, he has been amazing. So, I am one of them people that I'm not always as confident in myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been successful, but it takes me building that confidence to know like I can do it. And
Yeah.
he has always been like, as soon as I said, babe, I'm gonna start opening my own business, let's do it. It was never no questioning or where we gonna get the money from. I mean, he literally works sun up to sundown to where I am able to fully immerse myself into my business.
Mhm.
He's like, lead. I said, I'm still working my job, and if I mention I'm just tired of it, and I only go to work one day a week, and he's like, why don't you just leave? We don't need it. Just leave. Just stop. Just quit. Go in there right now and go quit. And I'm like, no, I'm away, So it's just he's actually always been supportive of me and whatever I wanted to do. I can say I want to be an astronaut tomorrow, and he's gonna say, "Let's what we got to do to get you there." So I really appreciate that because I know sometimes you don't always have that in a partner, and
Mhm.
I know he do sacrifice a lot for me to be here. It's
Mhm.
a lot going from a 2 income home to just only one, because
Right.
primarily that's what it is, on top of me trying to run a business. But I mean, he's like, he believed in me even when I don't. And I know in the beginning, just going to talk to people about my business, I was scared. I would be nervous. And he would have
Mhm.
my cards out and he'd be like, here, my wife. He'll try to tell him what I do, because some things he just really don't understand. But he'll start the conversation like, that's my wife. She owned a business, you know.
Mhm.
No, just not tonight, not tonight. Because I would just, it's just nervous. You know, I was always nervous. I'm shy. And just being able to public speak has been hard for me. I'm getting better, but now I can go talk about my business and, hey, how you doing? But in the beginning, it was not me. It was him that was taking that, putting that foot out there. Like, no, you need to, we gonna start talking to people. Sometimes just for extra money, he might go DoorDash and he put my flyers in the mailboxes. So he's like, he come to the office, let me get those flyers. I mean, he's like literally, if it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be really even took that leap, you know. So,
Yeah.
and even with in peace, because I kind of drag my feet with that, like I ain't gonna do it. And he know, if he tell me like, oh well, you ain't really trying to do it anyway, he know I'm a no, yes I am now, you know, like now I'm gonna do it because you, and he know what to say to get
He
me.
knows how to push those buttons, huh?
He definitely does.
But it's good, you know. You, like you mentioned, a lot of people may not necessarily be in that position where they do have that strong support system. And so, whether it's your spouse or your family, or whatever the case may be, it's just good to have somebody who is around you who goes all in for you. And for
Mhm.
those of you out there listening, you know, like Tiara said, she is blessed with the type of spouse that she has. But if you're a single person, that doesn't mean that you can't have that type of support system. You just need to make sure you're around the right circle. Would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have family and friends too. I mean, my friends, they, when I decided I wanted to start my own business, they have been 100% supportive of me. They
Mhm.
all took up donations and helped me get my website going. That was a surprise. I didn't even know they were doing that. My mom, I mean, my mom is 100% supportive, and she's, I mean, but she, you get, I expect that from my mom. My mom is always going to be my number one fan.
Yeah.
So but my sister, my family has been great. I have a sister who is actually in the medical field, so she comes and helps me with my business. I have another sister that I'm trying to recruit to come. She's in North Carolina, but I told her either she can come back to Ohio where I'm at, or we can start something where she's at.
I
So
love it.
her to go back to school. She's a registered nurse. I'm trying to get her to be an NP so we can do a little bit more. So I definitely have a great support system, whether it's friends and family, and I'm blessed to have that.
That's amazing. And so recently, you've been in business for
It
approximately
was a year in on Sunday,
a
September
year on
10th will be a year.
Sunday. So you've
Yes.
been in business for a year and you actually, you know, you started working on your business obviously before you actually opened.
Mhm.
And so now you've gotten to a place where you are also getting to the point where you're almost ready to help other entrepreneurs or other nurses who are trying to make the transition to entrepreneurship. So it's interesting to hear your story about, you know, how you were so afraid to even get started, but now you get to be that motivational person for other individuals who are looking to kind of give themselves the courage to take that leap. And I bring that up now because I know that I saw you on Facebook. You're going to be on a webinar coming up, and you're speaking about your business and all of the things that you offer. But the support that you had from everybody sharing and resharing and resharing, I mean, again, that support means so much. So to me, that lets me know that you have a lot of community backing.
Yeah.
Um, they believe in you, they believe in your business and what you do. And,
Mhm.
and that just means so much. So being a part of the community and offering things that they're interested in and knowing that they can trust you is exactly what you want to do as the CEO of a company. You want to be able to develop that know, like, and trust factor. And obviously, you've gained that with your community. So,
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, tell us about Serene Beauty and Wellness. What is it? What do you do? What do you offer? Talk to the people about it.
So here at Serene Beauty and Wellness, we actually we're a med spa. So we
Mhm.
offer a number of different services from aesthetics to wellness services as well, because I am a nurse practitioner. So I kind of wanted to be able to offer some wellness services too, because with aesthetics, it kind of go hand in hand with wellness as well.
Mhm.
So we have a weight loss management program. We also have we do microneedling. We do liquid lipo. We also offer hair restoration with PRP or platelet rich plasma
Mhm.
replacement. We do vaginal shots and penile shots with the vaginal and penile rejuvenation. Um,
Mhm.
we also offer sports physicals and work physicals. We will be adding on some a minor acute care services soon, so be on the lookout for that as well.
Mhm.
And then we also offer, I'm trying to think of what else am I missing something? IV hydration, and then we do IM injections like the vitamin B12 shots.
That's awesome. And so tell us a little bit about what exactly is liquid lipo for people out there who are watching this and they're not familiar with that terminology. What is that? What is that geared towards?
So another name for liquid lipo is mesotherapy, or you might also hear liquid fat dissolve is another name for it. So what it is it's kind of, if you're familiar with Kybella, it's a natural substance called PCDC, and the name I'm going to butcher it. So, but it's a long, crazy name, so we just shorten it to PCDC. And what it does is you inject it into fatty areas, and typically you can do the chin, the arm, the abdomen, upper and lower abdomen, lower back, upper back, or thighs. And
Mhm.
when you inject this substance into these fatty areas, it dissolves and kills the fat cells. So it's pretty much like a non-surgical liposuction.
So if you guys are listening out there, definitely, you want to make sure if you're trying to lose weight in a specific area, it seems like Tiara is the type of person that you can go to. Now you mentioned the medication and you mentioned that there are different names for this type of procedure, but basically, it has to be done by a healthcare professional. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. So it has to be done by a trained medical professional.
Okay.
So you definitely have to be careful with who you go to for these procedures, because you should be, and even myself, yes, I'm a nurse practitioner, but I still took a class to be certified to do it. So I am certified to do the course. So you definitely want to make sure you're going to a medical provider.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good information. And so, where can they find you to get all of these wonderful services that you talked about?
So yes, I am located in Akron, Ohio.
Mhm.
So home of LeBron James is how, because we're small town. So if I say home of LeBron James, people know exactly where I'm at. So I'm located at 2850 South Arlington Road, Suite 106. And for anyone who mentioned the Two Comma Club, you'll get 10% off of a service for your first visit. And that will run that until the end of the week.
Awesome. I mean, wow, that's pretty significant, 10%. So you guys, again, y'all that are out there listening, and make sure if you go into Serene Beauty and Wellness that you mentioned the Two Comma Club, let Tiara and her team know that you saw her in this wonderful interview. And Tiara, is there anything else that you want the people to know about Serene Beauty and Wellness?
Just that we are here for the community. Our goal is to be that comfort your home away from home. And we really do strive to do that for our customers, because a lot of our clients that we have are entrepreneurs or mothers, or in their career. And sometimes they just need that comfort, that home away from home, because most people, their calmness is to be stuck in their garage or on a phone scrolling, because they're trying to get away from the kids. So we try to create that calm, relaxing, peaceful environment. So if that's something that you're interested in, trying to find that home away from home, we definitely can provide that for you.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. We look forward to hearing more about your journey and Serene Beauty and Wellness. And thank you so much for coming on and talking to us today. And, like she mentioned, you guys, when you call her up, give them the phone number, Tiara. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yes, so we can be reached at 234-280-2550. And you can just give us a call, or you can shoot us a text as well. Either way, and we'll get back in contact with you to get you set up with an appointment.
Yep. And so when you call her, say, hey, I saw you on the Two Comma Club. And guess what? She's going to hook you guys up.
Yep.
So I really appreciate you joining us today, Tiara. And I really look forward to hearing more about you and your journey as a CEO and the growth of Serene Beauty and Wellness.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Bye bye.